Hey everybody, Brannon Beliso here. You can't see me, but I can see you. Success never sleeps. We're going to try this one again for you, okay? I decided the last one kind of sucked. I need to do a better job. I got to make a trip home, so I'm going to take you with me, okay? We've been talking a lot about systems. I want to continue with that. Let me just get in position here, get my car rolling. Systems. Systems provide you the freedom to not have to be in your business. And really, I know that sounds almost sacrilegious being a martial arts instructor, you know, to not be teaching all the time, to not be on the floor all the time, to not be in my school all the time. But you know what? If I have to choose between spending time with my kids and teaching, I'm going to choose spending time with my kids. You know, I have a great program called Excellent Kids, and today we're working on discipline. And as we were working on discipline, which means to always do your best, first I had to tell Taya, my daughter, what she could do better at home, not fight with her brother, etc., etc. And when it was her turn to tell me what I could do better, you know what she said? Not work so much. So even with the state of the way things are for me, I don't work that much. But kids need and demand so much more than we can possibly fathom as an adult. So just be mindful of that. If I, who work very little in the school, right, my daughter's telling me I need to work less, guess what? We all probably need to work less and spend more time with our families, okay? Just think about that reality check. So systems allow you that freedom. Okay, systems allow us that freedom. The challenge is, most of us have a difficult time wrapping our head around what is a system, how to write a system, and which system do you write first. First of all, let's define what is a system. A system is any set of tasks that help you accomplish your goal. It makes things more efficient. It allows you the opportunity to perform better. I think that's pretty accurate. So with that said, let's talk about a simpers. Step 5, I walk to the bathroom. Step 6, I use the bathroom. Step 7, I brush my teeth. Step 8, I go into the kitchen. Step 9, I put water and I boil it for tea. Step 10, I take out the cup. Step 11, I get a lemon, cut it in half, because I drink hot water and lemon. I squeeze the lemon in. That's an example of a system. And that system is designed so I can get my day started efficiently. You feel me? So just think about all the systems in your school, and then write them all down, whether it's entering a trial in your computer, whether it's doing payroll, whether it's opening procedures, closing procedures. There's so many systems in your school, and they need to be written. And it's step by step by step by step. So the discipline I had, and I still write systems, and then once you write them, you have to review them all the time. So I disciplined myself in the beginning to sit there 2 hours a day. As soon as I drop off the kids at school, I'll spend 2 hours in Pete's or Starbucks, and I'll write a system. No Facebook, no emails, nothing. I have to write at least one system. And they're pretty methodical. It's step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Just think about instructions in IKEA, right? If this doesn't happen first, then this can't happen second, this can't happen third, this can't happen fourth. So wrap your head around that. Systems are not that complicated. They are tedious and they take time to write. So the first systems I wrote down, I figured out everything I did in the school. And when I was teaching 40 hours a week, I did a lot. I opened the door, took the money, taught the classes, cleaned up afterwards, etc., etc. So I began to write all these systems. First I made the list of all the systems that I execute in my business. Okay? Then I sat about deciding what systems do I need to continue to do to sustain and grow the business, and what systems do I need to keep doing to keep myself happy. I love my black belt class. That's really important to me. So every Tuesday at 7:30, I train with the guys, work on their next stripe, and then we work on teaching methods of the curriculum we're teaching. That I won't give up. That makes me happy. That keeps me in my martial arts. It's very, very important. Okay? Example of a system. Now, do I need to teach all the classes? Nope. Number one, I don't need to teach all the classes. Hard as it is, I don't need to teach all the classes. If I'm going, nobody does it better than me, that's my ego. That means I have crappy systems, and I need to go back to the drawing board without ego and write systems for people to do it better than me. If I can do that, and they can teach better than me, then I can get off that floor. Fair enough? So then once you decide what systems need to be written for all the things you currently do that you don't need to be doing, that's a great place to start. Get that done. And then all the systems for opening, closing, there's just so many systems that need to happen. And you've got to write them. You know why? You are the architect of your business. You need to write those systems. Okay? And if you're not okay with that, then you'll continue to be a personality-driven business, and you'll suffer. I don't want to suffer. I like freedom. I say it all the time. Wouldn't you rather have the freedom to teach when you want to teach versus having no freedom because you have to teach? Not cool. I don't like it. Needs to change. Cool? When I read the E-Myth Revisited, and you should all read that book by Michael Gerber, E-Myth Revisited, please. Make sure you get it, you read it. It really spoke about writing systems for the lowest common denominator. The lowest common denominator. In this case is who? The high school student, right? They're the lowest common denominator. So he saw that when Michael Gerber, they were studying McDonald's as a business model. And the reason this book is so appealing to me, because I recognized early on our number one resource for employment, or employees, I should say, are high school and college kids. Would you agree? So I saw that early on. So it's really about writing systems for them to perform extraordinarily. The mistake I was making when I was first writing systems, because they were based upon me and everything I did in the business, was I needed to reinterpret them so that high school and college kids could do it and do it better. I can't expect them to use the dad voice and talk like me because they're not a dad. You know the dad voice, right? For those of you who are dads, that work really well in your school. So I was mindful of that. So if you understand the demographic you're working with as far as the employees, high school and college kids, then the systems you write will be in their language. They'll be in such a way that you can train them to be inspired, and they'll be more effective. Cool? So it's really exciting because I walk into my schools many days and they're being ran by teenagers. And I'm cool with that. Because I don't believe a 54-year-old 8th degree black belt needs to be doing a birthday party, a day camp, an after-school program, preschool classes. Only if somebody's sick and I need to fill in. There's just no reason for that. I like teaching the adults, of course, because they won't tolerate working with a kid. And I like working with my black belts. Cool? So with that said, I want to open up to any questions you might have about systems. Success never sleeps. Tonight we're talking about systems with me, Brannon Beliso. While I'm waiting on your questions, I want to share my upcoming It's Time live tour dates. I just finished Seattle last weekend. It was amazing. Thank you, Seattle, for having me. Rocky Abel, Elite Martial Arts. What a brilliant man Rocky is. I'm going to be in Selden, New York on October 2nd. I'll be in Tampa, Florida on October 9th. And I will be in San Francisco on November 6th, back at my place. We're looking at Houston right now. I think we might have a venue in Houston. And we're looking for other places as well. We're looking at Springfield. If a school hosts this event, in return, I'll have you one full day of consulting. Kind of like Restaurant Impossible. I come into your school, I evaluate it front to back, and I give you my assessment. Ideas are free. You decide what resonates with your value and your vision, and you implement it. I believe that's my gift. Not just to you, but my purpose here in this world. I can walk into most businesses, whether it's a restaurant, dry cleaner, martial arts school, dentistry, and be able to give you a pretty healthy assessment of where the business is and what it needs to do to be more culture-driven, more why-driven, purpose-driven, and the result is profitability. No amount of money can satisfy you feeling grateful for fulfilling a purpose. It just can't. It just can't. And I say that passionately because I've studied both ends. I've sat with really rich people, billionaires that are so unhappy, and I've hung out with homeless people that are super happy because they've learned to be happy with very little, and they walk the earth. They do. So I got a question. Hang on, I want to pull over to get to this. So your system for instructors that you're talking about, the way your class is and blah, 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 blah. That's, okay. Wade's asking me, the systems that I write, is it to, I don't get it, Wade. I don't get it. I don't get your question. Oh, I see. Okay. It's both. It's both because, Wade, if you don't have your curriculum down in some type of system, then how are you going to write systems for your instructors to teach that curriculum? It's kind of like the recipe in a restaurant for a specific dish is the curriculum, okay? So let's call it the recipe, right? And you have the recipe all written out step by step. But now you have to have a system, Wade, to train the cook to cook that, right? That way every cook is cooking that meal the same, because consistency is the key to quality, Wade. And if I go into your restaurant and I order my favorite dish and it's made just the way I like it, I'm going back. I go a second time and a different cook is on, and this cook makes it differently, Wade. Guess what? I might give you a third chance. I go a third time and a third cook's on duty, and he makes the recipe differently. And I order my favorite dish and I don't like it. I'm never going back, Wade. It's the same thing here. So look at your curriculum as the recipe. And then look at your system of training your instructors is to cook that recipe exactly the same, time and time again. Because it needs to be consistent. If anybody says to you, well, Mr. So-and-so said to do it like this, then you're obviously not teaching it consistently. You feel me? Does that make sense? But it really starts, Wade, with looking at everyday systems around you that are very innate, that you do all the time. Tell me, is it possible to put a car into gear, right? Not a manual, let's say an automatic. Is it possible to put a car into gear without turning it on first? If the engine's not on, I don't think you're putting that car into gear. It's not even going to come out of park. So there's a step-by-step even there. 1, open the door. 2, sit in the car. 3, put on your seatbelt. 4, start the car. 5, put it into gear. 6, drive away. So there's systems for everything. We do it all the time. I bet when you eat, you have systems. I bet you chew on the right side of your mouth. Everybody has systems. We all have systems. Every one of us. And the reason I like the everyday systems, because they really get my head in the game to understand the value of a system and how to write it. Step 1, step 2, step 3. It's very, very, very simple. You just have to spend the time to do it. Make that big giant list, like I said. Prioritize, okay? What system needs to be written first? Write it down. Write it down, okay? And then you go from there. Sound good? All right, what other questions you got about systems? What you got for me? Because success never sleeps. You're right here with me, Brannon Beliso. Hanging out. Tomorrow I'm going camping with the family. Really excited about that. Last weekend I was in Seattle. 2 weeks before that I was in Jamaica. A couple weeks prior to that I was in Disneyland. And I don't say that to brag. I say that with a deep sense of gratitude. I love my team. It's because of my team, the culture, and the systems that we've written. It allows me the freedom to do the things, that I'm doing now. I get to get out there and really share with the industry and other school owners that, there's another way to do business. Okay, you're asking, sir, how often do you review the systems in order to make changes? You know, sometimes it's needed. The core systems, like we just shot the curriculum videos again. We shot them again. We shot curriculum videos again. It's the third time in 10 years because we found we wrote a better system. We wrote a better system for them. So I spend a lot of time investing money and my resources and my time into reviewing my curriculum. That happens every year. We're constantly reviewing and making our system better. It's not a matter of abandoning your traditional curriculum for whatever's new and shiny, whatever's new in the market. Can you say Taibo? Where is Taibo today? That's a prime example. You know, whatever happened to that Kisai Batman group? Remember them? Whatever happened to the Pink Woman, Fight Like a Lady or Fight Like a Girl? Remember them? I mean, there's been so many I've seen come and go. Now, please, I don't mean to be derogatory. They're probably still out there. But, I mean, Taibo's probably still out there. But you remember when Taibo was huge? Freaking huge. Huge, right? Huge. So, I'm saying, I've done Kenpo Karate for almost 50 years. That is what I'm good at. That's what I'm proficient at. Isn't part of what we're doing mastering what we've learned? That can only happen with time. But what we constantly do is not, jump ship every time something new and shiny turns the corner. What we do is we really work on keeping our curriculum, right? Like Roland Osborne said to me, rooted in tradition, respecting tradition, but embracing innovation is what he said. So I do. I respect my system. I love my system of Kenpo Karate, but I embrace innovation. I've incorporated jiu-jitsu, stick fighting, kickboxing, a bunch of different elements into it. And we're always learning how to teach that curriculum better. So, and then sometimes we review systems as needed. So we'll be doing something and boom, it blows up in our face. Man, this system sucks. Because you're always testing and verifying that system and how efficient is it, how effective it is. That's really, really important, folks. That's happening all the time. Real-time stuff. We were just reviewing systems of writing flows, email flows. And those have to be better because content changes, people change, the way they look at things change. Okay? So we're really, 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 really mindful of that. At least I am. So, systems. With Success Never Sleeps with me, Brannon Beliso. What you got for me, folks? What you got? The school, the janitor's in there cleaning. Wow. Maybe we'll take a quick tour of the school. What do you think? My kids are in bed. I had to grab this tool thing that you put on top of your car to store a bunch of stuff inside. Pretty cool. Well, I see my school is there. It's being cleaned. So maybe we'll hop in here for a sec. You guys want to see a nice looking school? I think I'm going to take you into this. You guys want to see it? You want to see it? Want to see it? Let's do that really quick. Little privy scene here. Let's check it out. You want to check it out with me? Let's do that. Let's do that really, really quick. And keep coming on. There's people, man. There's a lot of people, man. There's a lot of you guys to see the world. Because we are the world. Let me turn this around. Okay. So, this is One Martial Arts Millbrae. I'm going to give you guys a little tour of it. It's beautiful out front. You can see the flags. Right? We got the American flags here, but watch as we turn the corner. We're right on, we have Office Depot right above us here. We have 24-hour fitness. You can't see their sign, but here we are, One Martial Arts Millbrae. I love the front of the school. To me, it's like, like a airport runway. Look at the lights that come up each side. Boom. What's wonderful is the word martial arts during the day, it's actually black. This is called halo lighting. So at nighttime, it turns white. Look at that sign. Tell me that's not spectacular. That's what $16,000 will buy you, folks. But it's worth every cent. Coming up into the school in the window, we got a commercial playing. Not anything. our commercial, showing our program, showing our brands. With parents' testimonial, we keep 3 separate show holders. One for after school, one for kickboxing, one for kids karate. Here's a little flyer in the window promoting summer camps. Boom, brand in the window, brand in the window. There's no doubt who we are and what we do. I'll take you in the school, okay, folks? Let everybody know we're taking a school tour. All right, what's happening? And that's Jen. Everybody say hi to Jen. All right. So over here we got our purpose statement. We are one, a community dedicated to serving you in every moment to live your best life. That is our mission statement. We live to fulfill that. And if we don't, then you need to call us out. Over here we got the One Martial Arts, all highlighted by really nice nickel-plated chrome spotlights. This is our front desk. It is the focal point. Very important. It is roughly 5 to 10 feet of the front door. I'm not sure where I read that, but any great hostess station, it's within 5 to 10 feet of the front door. So you know this is where you do business, okay? This is where we do business. We have these custom benches. That was an original design by John Cassidy at Top Kick. There's cubby holes on this side, and there's cubby holes on this side, right? But the cool thing about it is, the only thing about it is there's no back, so people can't lean back, right? But you can sit here and put on your shoes and socks. You can sit on the opposite side and put on your shoes and socks, okay? But look at this. Look at this wall here. This is an example of attention to detail. See how the bench is? See how the pony wall is? One, you can't put your coffee on it, right? You can't put coffee on it and spill it. But when you sit on this, you see? You sit on it this way. You can see me in the mirror over there. You have to lean in. You're leaning in. So as you can see, imagine someone sitting there leaning forward. They're more into the class. They get into it. Does that make sense? So that was very, very intentional. We want them leaning forward, listening. The body physiognomy alone challenges them to listen to what's going on out there on the floor. We used recycled tire. This is all recycled tires, right? Something like 4,000 recycled tires. Blows my mind. Blows my mind. You'll see these everywhere. Pure dispensers, every 10 to 15 feet, set at kid height. There's one there, there's one there. They're everywhere in this location. On the main floor, we went with the full-length mirrors. Look at that. Looks like infinity. It goes on forever, right? Full-length mirrors on the floor. You ask any mirrors experience. The dots on the floor, this original design was courtesy of Roland Osborne. The green dots is for general lineup. The red dots here and here are for partner drills, line drills. They line up on the red dots. Our brand is clear, is it not? Who are we? One Martial Arts. Who are we? One Martial Arts. All these bags we use for our fitness kickboxing program. We've been running it in San Francisco for 16 years, folks. You know, so we're not new to fitness kickboxing. It's been a staple of what we do. It's what we've always done. Our sound system, as you can see, professional. Hung properly. Look at those amazing speaker stands, right? Everything is clean. Everything is done top notch. I opened this location. I put in, just the build out was about 170,000, maybe closer to 200, somewhere in there. Marketing, payroll for 6 months, rent for 6 months, so about 300 something. Look at our equipment rack. Clean. Set up properly. This is a little messy. We use this for tug war, but the janitor's cleaning. So he picks all that stuff up so he can vacuum. But everything, as you can see, is neat, orderly, even little drawers here for our dodgeball. This rack I think I got at Home Depot, somewhere like that. Even our paddles. I picked up these little hanging things from Target. So this rack might have been originally out of Target. Our One Merit badges, our Learn to Earn life skill system. Check that out. Black belt, bully, character, control, confidence, compassion, community. These life skill system, if you don't have a great life skills component in your school, please get one. Please get one. Whether it's mine or Powerful Words or somebody else, you need a great life skill system. Nobody goes to a soccer coach and says, please, teach my kid focus and discipline. You come to us and demand it. All right, here we've got branding, adult martial arts. We have our birthday parties. We have day camps. We have kids karate, and we have our fitness kickboxing, as well as we have an after-school program that hangs in the window. And here's our changing area. Very unique, simple room, all on a sensor, so the light will come on when you walk in. Very simple bench, intentionally done this way. If I'm in here and lock the door, guess what? It works really, really well. But check this out. Our concern was kids are going to lock this door behind them and shut it, and we're constantly going to have to open it, right? Nope. These are called privacy locks. You see I just locked it? I shut the door, it pops it, and the lock opens itself. Pretty cool, right? So everything here is very, very thought out. Very thought out. Even these garbage cans, I wanted receptacles thought out. Realize aren't so much garbage cans. These are $250 a piece. I know people said I was insane, but they're clean. They blend in with the rest of the decor of the black and white, and people don't really think that they're garbage cans. These safety windows, very important when you're working with kids in an activity room like this. Look at this door. The glass is this way on purpose. Did it cost more money? Yes. But we're working with kids. We can't mess around with that. This room's not clean, but the janitor will take care of it. This is our activity/birthday room. You'll see these are kid tables, kid height, kid chairs. We don't miss a beat at all. Again, a smaller, more professional sound system. Look at our cabinets, just like in school. Those were $3,000 a piece, worth every cent. Again, the custom benches in here, because what will happen is we're going to mimic San Francisco. I'm getting a curtain to put down the middle of the main floor here. And we'll put a curtain down the middle of the main floor to do 2 classes. This back room here, once after school's over, we break the tables, we break the chairs. As I shared, parents can sit right here. We can do a smaller class of excellent kids, roll out a Dolomar mat onto that floor and do it. I'm even thinking they could do it on that black floor because, it's not like these little kids are going to be, doing major judo throws, right? The bathroom I'm very proud of as well. I don't know very many martial arts schools that have what? A baby changing table. We have it. Again, our purpose is to help people live their best life. Moms can live their best life if they need to change the baby and they're not doing it on a floor. Bring your tile all the way up the sides of the wall this way. It's easier to clean and maintain and keep it nice and neat. Good? What else can I show you? We don't have a big pro shop because I'm not a retail store. I tell people that all the time. I'm not in the business of selling stuff. I'm in the business of teaching people. So we keep a very small retail store. Again, it's all just our brand, our brand, our brand. Because that's what I'm promoting. I'm promoting a singular thing, and that's our brand. You feel me? So that's One Martial Arts, folks. I'm going to take you back with me. I got to head home. Head home. What do you think? Did you guys like that? Did you like that? So this is One Martial Arts Millbrae. It is, to me, the future of our schools. As we open more and more locations, this will be the template. We're actually in the process now of talking to franchise lawyers because we may end up franchising One Martial Arts. The reason for that, I've created a business model that doesn't exist in our industry. There's been a lot of people that have done no contracts, no upgrades, no enrollment fees, no belt fees. We don't even have a cancellation fee. If your next due date is August 1st, you tell me right now you're quitting, guess what? We don't charge you as of August 1st. Because if you're quitting, we suck. And we need to do better. Why am I going to hold you to 30 days? To remotivate, to squeeze a little more out of you? I think it's lame. So I know for a fact we're probably the only successful non-contract business model in our industry. A lot of people have done it, but not successfully, right? So we're really, really, really excited to be able to do that. So we're looking at franchising. If that's something you're interested in, think about it. When I was up in Seattle over the weekend, Randy Holman, who's one of my heroes, we share that value. He teaches a traditional Japanese system, and this guy's got close to 1,000 people, folks. 1,000 people. That's insane, right? And Randy crunched the numbers, and he does contracts. And he said, you know what? If I got rid of contracts and made everything all-inclusive, I would make more money. And I looked at him and said, wow. See, I never knew that because I never had contracts. So I couldn't crunch the numbers. I didn't have any data to say, well, if I'm a contract guy, I'll make this. If I go non-contract, I'll make this. You figure we didn't even factor in how many administrative hours, how many hours in payroll do you pay to have somebody issue testing forms, collecting money, and doing all that? I think they could be spending that time serving people, don't you? So it's really exciting. This model in Millbrae right now, we're at 331. Millbrae will probably do 700,000 this year in its second year. In its first year, it did 5. It's on a pace to do 7. It's really, really encouraging to see the power of this business model, and it is replicable, right? Everything we're doing in Millbrae is what we learned in San Francisco. But see, I had no data. I had nothing to replicate. I had to create this business model that didn't exist. So I'm really excited because it is extremely profitable. And we're proving that here in Millbrae. Cool. So if you don't have any questions for me, I'm going to get out of here. What you got? What you got? Anything? While I'm waiting on any questions you might have, hey, Manny's there. Manny, sir. Manny to me is just, I wish I could hang out with Manny more. Every time I see what he does in his school, I know him and I would probably hang out together and just have a good time, Manny. But just know I got a lot of respect for you, sir. A lot of respect. Go to BrannonBeliso.com. I will be in Selden, New York on October 2nd for It's Time Live. I will be in Tampa, Florida on October 9th for It's Time Live. I will also be in San Francisco on November 6th. You want to bring me out to your school? You want to host this event, It's Time Live? We got to be able to sit 50 to 100 school owners sitting with a great sound system. Got to be able to do a projector thing. In exchange, I will offer you one complete day of consulting, a la Restaurant Impossible. I come in there, I smell your bathroom, I watch your classes, I talk to you, we do some vision mapping, we do some strategy. It's pretty powerful. But your school's got to be within a major airport. You've got to have enough school owners we believe can support it, and we'll consider it. We're looking at Canada, we're looking at San Diego, Australia, looking at Texas. So It's Time Live, it's going to be going on for a while, because I need to spread the gospel of this new business model that I believe resonates with a lot of school owners at a heart level. I believe that. Call me crazy, but I believe that. Cool? So spread this one. This is a great one. People should see the inside of the school, and it'll give them an idea when they're